Hello students, welcome to the fifth session of the poem As a Son My Daughter, which is prescribed for third semester BSc in General English syllabus by Bangalore North University. In this session, students will be able to answer the questions based on the poetry and will be able to grasp the theme and meaning of the poetry and also develop reading as well as writing skills, and they'll be able to express their understanding of the poem through discussion. In the last session, we have studied about the technical details and the poetic devices of the poem. And we also appreciated the poem in terms of its beauty, theme, narrative technique, tone, and diction, and the themes and sub-themes, right? Based on that, based on the understanding of that poem, and in the last session, students were able to, after reading the last session, students were able to appreciate, analyze, and understand the poem in a critical way. So in this session, we study some of the questions. We take it from the text and we discuss those answers, and through discussion we'll also understand the poem in a better way. Let's start with the poem. Some questions. We would take a first question as, what are the dreams and aspirations of a mother for her daughter? The answer would be, mother had many dreams for her daughter, that she will become a healer who can heal others' pain, a composer of solid dreams, and she will have a sorceress skills, and with that magical skill she mesmerizes everybody, and her songs her songs reaches towering high, and it may reach to sky also, right? So these are the aspirations and dreams of a mother that is clearly expressed in the poem, right? Let's move to the next question. What are the noticeable differences between the mother and the daughter? Here, some of the noticeable differences, we made it a list. We'll go one by one. In the poem, we also see that the poem is not only depict the idea or the theme of gender equality, gender discrimination, and how gender are surpassed their limitations by proving themselves more equal. In between, we'll also study that mother, where she compares her condition with a daughter's condition, right? Somewhere she was happy that she's providing such a platform, such a situation, and she's creating such an environment where her daughter can grow independently. By telling this, somewhere she is telling her condition as well, where how she was dependent on others, right? How she had not given any freedom. So we discussed through these points. Let's see one by one. Mother, she was a dependent. Of course, she was a dependent on family members. She was dependent mainly on her husband, right? Her senior family in-laws. She was a dependent. Emotionally, financially, she was a dependent on others. Whereas a daughter, she is independent now, right? Due to a mother's such environment she has created for her daughter, and she has raised her daughter as a son, so she made her daughter independent, right? Financially she is independent, by decision making she is independent, emotionally very clearly she expresses her emotions, right? So all the way she is independent. So mother, she was captured in the sense she was captured within the four walls of the home. Maybe mainly her position, her role was fixed, right? She has to cook for everybody. Her life is not her life actually. She was started living for her own children, her father, her in-laws, her husband, right? Her life is not her own, and all the time she has been captured within a home, especially within that kitchen, right? But here, daughter, we see she is more free in her ideologies, more free in taking decisions, more free to move outside from a home, right? She was comparatively free. Here, mother, she was fragile. Here, she was almost broken. She was not confident due to lack of education. Maybe her unschooling made her not confident. She is underconfident, and she had never given any chance to take her decisions, right? Whereas daughter, she is so strong, maybe because of her education. She was very confident to take decisions, and she is bold enough to stand on her decisions, right? And she can actualize her all the dreams, whatever she has dreamt for, right? So that much strong character she is in the poem, what we see. A mother who is loving and caring. Of course, she is loving and caring because of her kind nature, loving nature, selfless nature made her loving and caring. She loves every one of the family members, and she cares for her children. She cares for her husband. She cares for her in-laws and maybe sometimes parents also, right? So she cares her each and every family members, right? And she has that kindness enough to spread her love and care to everybody. Here, when compared to daughter, she is carefree. That too much freedom, too much confidence, or too much independency and courage, boldness made her carefree. That's what in the poem mother worries that her daughter is carefree. Maybe it is because of her too much freedom, too much courage, right? She has become carefree, right? And not caring about the society. Anytime she can split the stereotype norms which are already existed, maybe that gender norms which are already existed, right? So she is carefree. She is leading a carefree life. She is not bothered about what other things, right? She is not bothered about what are the rules and restrictions and limitations that society held for a girl child, right? She is not care for all those things. So she is leading carefree life here. So come to the another quality of mother here. Mother was gentle, very kind enough, right? That she knows the social norms, manners. Within that social norms, she used to work, right? So she somewhere her nature has become gentle, right? Kindness, very polite also. But whereas daughter, she is not kind enough. She is very ferocious. Fies means she is very ferocious. She has become violent. Violent, ferocious, we can take in the terms of that she is very quick in taking decision. Maybe whatever decision she takes, she try to execute it in within no second, right? She is not worries for any society, not worries for what others cares for her decisions. She is a completely carefree person, right? So these are the comparison we can make it between mother's condition at that time and daughter's condition now, right? We'll move to the next question. That next question is here. The poet wants her daughter to be all that she was not. Is she right in thinking so? Of course, the mother in the initial level, we can say mother was right in her thinking that daughter should be all that she was not, right? She wanted to create such an environment because she was grown up in a different Malloy where she did not have proper education and freedom. Hence, her mother wants to create such an environment where where her daughter should get all the independency. So she raises her daughter as a son, like fierce, independent, courageous, hoping that when daughter grows up, she will grace everything which she lacks. But the irony is that the society in which we live is not ready to accept her daughter raised in this way, right? This is the answer what we can write it for this question, right? So some of the questions based on this session. How will the grandchildren of the poet be, whether they are sharp, beautiful, intelligent, or all of the above? The answer would be all of the above. How has a poet or a mother, who is mother as well as poet in this poem, brought her daughter up as a son? Sampurna Chatterjee's poems are centered with dash theme, or we can say it is themes. Whether it's a gender roles, gender discrimination, gender equality, or all of the above. The answer is all of the above. Is mother finally fearless by upbringing her daughter as a son? The answer is no. She is not fearless. Now she is fearful by bringing her daughter as a son. Okay. In this session, you have studied and able to answer some of the questions based on this poem and understood the theme, tone and narrator and meaning of the poetry and practiced reading as well as writing skills and able to understand the poem through discussion and also able to understand sub-themes of the poem like dreams and fears of the mother for her daughter. These are the references. Your textbook is the main reference here. I must now it's a time to say bye. We'll meet in our next session. Thank you for listening.